I used to sit in the same cafe every morning. Same corner table, same coffee, same playlist humming through the speakers. It wasn't because I loved routine, it was because of him. He sat by the window every day, sketching people as they passed by. Sometimes his hair fell into his eyes, and he'd push it back absent-mindedly with his pencil still in hand. He always looked peaceful, like he belonged to a softer world than mine. I didn't know his name, but I knew his rhythm. He'd order black coffee, sketch for an hour, and leave right before the crowd came in. And every day, I waited for him to look up. One morning, he did. Our eyes met, just for a second, but it was enough to shake something loose in me. He smiled. I froze, and then he waved his pencil like a tiny hello. It became our thing, a smile, a wave, the quiet moment across the cafe window. Until one day, I came in and he wasn't there. The seat by the window was empty, and suddenly the music felt wrong, the air heavier. I waited for a week, then two, but he didn't return. I told myself it was nothing, just a stranger. But every time I passed that cafe, I looked at that window, like maybe I'd see him again, pencil in hand, smiling like nothing ever changed. Months later, I found him again. Same cafe, different hour. He was sitting by the counter this time, sketching someone else. When he saw me, his eyes widened, then softened, like he'd been waiting too. You used to sit by the corner table, he said when I approached. His voice was calm, low, the kind that made silence feel intentional. Yeah, I said. And you used to sit by the window, he smiled. I drew you, once. Yeah? He nodded and pulled out his sketchbook. There I was, coffee in hand, face turned toward the window, the faintest smile on my lips. It was dated from months ago. I thought you'd never come back, I said quietly. He looked down. I moved away for a while, needed to reset. There was a heaviness in his tone, the kind that comes from heartbreak or losing yourself for too long. So we sat together, two people who didn't owe each other stories but shared them anyway. After that day, we kept meeting, sometimes planned, sometimes by accident. I learned his name was Luca. He was a freelance illustrator, recently out of a long relationship that left him a little quieter than he used to be. We didn't talk about love. Not yet. We talked about art, books, why people always sit facing the window when they're lost. He said, maybe it's because we're all waiting for someone to walk back in. And I remember thinking, maybe that someone was him, for me. Weeks turned into months. He started saving me a seat. I started staying longer just to watch him draw. Sometimes our hands brushed when passing the sugar, and I swear time slowed down. One evening, when the cafe was about to close, it started raining hard outside. He looked at me and said, "You don't have an umbrella, do you?" I laughed. "No, I was hoping you'd offer." He smiled and said, "Then you'll have to stay until it stops." So we did. The cafe dimmed, the rain softened, and our reflections blurred together in the glass. He reached for my hand, tentative, warm. "I didn't realize how lonely I was until you showed up again," he whispered. Neither did I. We left together that night, under his old, crooked umbrella. And from then on, the cafe wasn't just a place for coffee anymore. It was where I found him again, where silence turned into warmth, where routine became love,